weekend. So
I counted on Dawn wanting ice cream.
I
I know. I'm
know.
so sorry. Don't want ice cream. Don't worry.
Now I would have sugar-free ice cream. I would do that, but I would
I'm trying just not to do any other than fruit.
okay. Very
No
good.
artificial sweetener or anything.
Okay.
I like the gelato sometimes.
Yeah, but that's got sugar in
Yeah, I do too. I like it
it.
all the time,
Yeah,
Bonnie, not
yeah.
just
Right.
sometimes.
A
That's
pistachio.
why I've got this problem.
Yeah. Pistachio gelato in Greece was amazing.
Okay,
Dawn,
I
did
did
you get
just
your
see a recipe for cottage cheese, pistachio, and maybe a little bit of honey or maple syrup.
Uh-huh.
You blend that up and put it in the freezer. Has anybody tried that?
No,
no?
but we could.
Yeah. I mean, I know with cottage cheese, you can't freeze it too long because it just gets, it's a solid rock.
Oh, okay.
But if you just freeze it until it softly
Mhm.
freezes, I thought it sounded pretty good. And cottage cheese is such a good protein.
I love cottage cheese.
I love cottage cheese.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Publix cottage cheese. Their brand
That's what you said. You said
the
it's the best.
best. Uh-huh.
Really? I just
Yeah.
bought Mayfield. Have you ever bought that?
No.
It was really good.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fussy about the brand. I mean, I like almost any cottage cheese as long as it's full fat, and I eat it full fat. So, well, you guys, gosh, here we are, and so Bonnie's having dinner, and Lynn is just finishing her dinner. Um, I'm really um, I was thinking today a lot about our trips, and we talked a little bit about it last week, and I would like to talk about it a little more tonight. Um, I've just got to change the screen here. Oopsie, I might have just lost y'all. Well, first of all, we have to do what we usually do. I want to hear what's happened this week that has been terrific for your business. I want to hear some good news. And who wants to tell me some good news?
Well, I had
I
three
signed
parties over
somebody
the week.
up.
Oh, sorry. Go,
Sorry.
Lynn.
I signed somebody up and her party started yesterday, her launch party.
That's awesome.
That's
Good job getting it off to a quick start.
Mm-hmm. That's really good. Really good news. Congratulations, Lynn.
Thank you.
Yes.
Who would like to go next?
I had three parties over the weekend, so that was exciting.
And they were huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a good weekend.
Excellent. Great job. Great job. And Kathy just disappeared, but we're going to call her back in.
I'm on the phone with her
Wait for
daughter.
Oh, she's on the phone with her daughter. You
Yeah.
can call her after. Almost everybody has a daughter except me and Bonnie. We'll call them later. All right. So, what's happened to me this week? I booked 5 parties and 5 live parties for the end of January. So I'm really excited about that. But just trying to fit it all in, and I've got 2 parties starting tomorrow virtual. So, just plug a little bit along in there. Um, now, I'm really happy that you're all on, and especially Dawn. I'm glad you could pop on tonight because I want to talk about trips tonight, and I want to talk a little bit about achieving them and talk about the history of Pampered Chef with them. So with that, but let's go ahead and start. I'm going to share my screen here, and I'm so happy that Zoom is just cooperating so well with me. Now that I'm having such problems with Facebook, I'm glad I'm not having problems with both of them. If I was having problems with both of them, I'd be ready to pull my hair out. All right, so looky here. Well, again, I want to just always start our meeting out with our mission statement. And John, you were with us last week, were you? Did you have a party?
I think she was here.
Yeah, you talked. We talked
was
about
here.
the mission statement. Okay. I just think that, because Dawn is the only one, I think, and maybe, and Bonnie, you probably remember this, our mission statement that Pampered Chef started out with. And I just, I think that it's helping me kind of get back to my roots and really, again, it's all about the spark and getting the spark back and putting spark in your business for those of us that have been around a little bit. The Pampered Chef is committed to providing opportunities for individuals to develop their God-given talents and skills to their fullest potential for the benefit of themselves, their families, our customers, and the company. We're dedicated to enhancing the quality of family life by providing quality kitchen products supported by service and information for our consultants and customers. And I just love, and we were talking a little bit earlier on our book call that it's not just it's. I really love that Pampered Chef's mission statement includes consultants and that they care about the quality of our life. And that's one of the things that we talk about business and we talk about some of our frustrations. It's really important to me that you can kind of get over those. I don't want people to have to be frustrated with their business. I want people to be joyful about their business. And I think that through talking through visions like this, we can, we really can help people get through that. And many of us have been through lots of life's ups and downs, and we've been there for each other. And it really is, it's family life and our Pampered Chef family too. All right, so let's go to, I want to talk for a second about, don't forget about anyone who has a party. I'm going to make sure, that the post in Team Halo is featured so that it's easy for you to find where to put, like when you close your parties, go in and tell me, when it was closed, tell me the name of your host and the day the party was closed so that it can be in the raffle. Now, how many of you are taking the time to market that? Okay. Well, I hope that you will. And again, we've got, I don't know, 21 days or 20 days to, no, maybe more like 18 days in January. So you can get the word out. And again, you can even schedule a fundraiser, tomorrow and do something real fast too. So, but these are January shows that must be closed by January 31st for them to be counted. Any comments or questions about that? Okay. Well, I wanted to talk a little bit about our spark, and again, putting spark in our business and putting spark and thinking about a Pampered Chef trip. And oopsie, did you guys lose that?
Mm-hmm.
You can see. Okay. I want to talk a little bit about how SPARK, the acronym, can fit with earning a trip. I'm sorry, my clicker is crazy. Our trip is to either Nashville, and I wanted to highlight some of the things about Nashville. Have any of you been to Nashville before?
Mm-hmm.
Not for trips. I've got a friend who lives there.
Yeah, I mean, just visiting Dawn. I mean, visiting Nashville in general. And Dawn, what took you to Nashville?
We just took the boys.
Oh,
We
okay.
rented a house outside of Nashville. It's called Leaper's Fork. And then we took the boys into Nashville a couple of days, went to the Grand Ole Opry, and just, walked up and down whatever that main road.
Broadway Street.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
It's a
Honky
fun
Tonk
place.
Highway. The Honky Tonk Highway.
Honky Tonk Highway.
So tell me, did you take a tour of the Grand Ole Opry?
We actually went to a show.
You did. Who did you see?
Yeah.
Huh.
Did she
That's an
freeze up?
interesting pose.
What's that?
We lost you for just a second. Who did you see?
Alabama was there. Brett somebody.
Brett Eldridge?
Yes.
Oh.
He was very, 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 very new back then. It was right before Austin went to college. It was this, we literally came back and dropped him off at college.
Okay. So what do you think about Pampered Chef offering Nashville as a trip?
I think it's amazing. I think it's a really fun place for a lot of people. And they did that short, that little trip. Do you remember that for Nashville?
No, I don't. I
I'm
don't
trying to
remember that.
remember what it was. It was like, I can't remember if I think it was a short earning period. But I know, do you remember Paula Register that was the director on my,
Yes.
she earned it and went, and they had a lot of people that earned it. So they had to open up another hotel. So half of them stayed in the Opryland Hotel and half of them
Ooh.
stayed downtown in a hotel.
Okay.
But it was an incredible trip. They had a blast.
Well, and this is what I am really excited about it because I am a huge country music fan. In fact, as I was thinking about this today and doing a little bit of research, I thought, I don't think I even want to wait. I was actually thinking I would like to go for, they have a Christmas program. And I'm gonna check. It is quite expensive, but I think that maybe by Christmas I would really like to go for it. And then the Ryman Auditorium, I actually have some musician friends who have gone and played the Ryman and rave about that. So there is really a lot of things. And again, the Honky Tonk Highway. I mean, you can see these bars. Some of them are, they're 3 levels high. And I understand, like, some of the windows would have the drummers in them.
Yeah. Like
So,
Eric Church has a bar there, and Luke and Katie went, and he would actually come in and sit in the bar and play music.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
so
It's
it,
fun.
it really is. I mean, it really is rich with music. Okay, so let's talk about Cabo San Lucas. I have to tell you that I don't remember a lot about Cabo, and
I did not earn that trip.
I don't remember. But this, you look at this picture, and it kind of looks like Greece. It's
Hmm.
real. It's very beautiful, and it's an all-inclusive trip, and it's going to be a fabulous trip, and especially if you've never been, it's a wonderful place to go in Mexico. Um, have any of you been to Cabo? Lynn, have you ever been to Cabo? What do you think about Cabo, Lynn?
I don't like Mexico at all.
Okay, I'm not a Mexico fan either. But with Pampered Chef, it is it'll be a fun trip. When you're surrounded with 1,000 of your other buddies, which is really really kind of fun. And laying around the pool, sharing ideas and stuff, that's fun. And watching people get drunk, it really is kind of fun. Um,
It's like I have no desire to ever go on a cruise, but I'm going.
oh my gosh, have
You
you
are
have you
going?
Yeah.
have you never
Good.
been on a cruise?
No, never. I've never wanted to.
Oh, I'm
You will
excited.
love it.
You will
Yeah.
love it.
And the thing is, as I get older, it's almost my preferred. It's almost my preferred way to travel because you can sleep in the same bed, and it takes you from place to place, and which is really nice. And I like being on a boat anyway. So yeah, yeah. So that's awesome. And so
Especially
okay,
when you go with other people, it's really fun.
it really is. Yeah,
Yeah, I just can't wait to hang with all my friends. So
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. We had fun on the Alaska cruise, didn't we, Dawn?
Oh my goodness.
That was a
It was
wonderful.
so amazing. There's just so many places you can hang out and play cards, and
Hmm.
they have silly little games and entertainment. It really is a one-stop shop.
Hmm. Yeah, you can be nice and quiet if you want, or you can be crazy, which is
Mhm.
really fun. Well, then I
Yeah.
want to talk about Dublin for a second because um, you guys, I'm surprised. I am not saying I got to put the pedal to the pedal to earn this because Dublin is a wonderful place, and I know Lynn, you just kind of came back, but it wasn't your favorite.
mm.
um,
I
but
think it was the time of year though,
yeah,
cold
well,
and rainy.
Hmm.
and quite frankly, Ireland is not really known for its, sunshine. I remember when I went to see the Cliffs of Cliffs of Moher. I'm sorry. It was really kind of overcast, so I didn't, it didn't really look like this.
They
But
were fantastic.
yeah, it was fantastic.
That was
It was your
fantastic.
favorite.
Yeah.
Um,
And the Book of Kells. If you go, you have to go to the Book of Kells.
uh-huh. I don't think I've
What
been
is
there.
that?
The oldest, I think it's the oldest book still in existence is in there, and they have it so guarded. And then there's this really cool library. It's just an amazing place to see.
Wow.
And what's really cool, and I know Dawn does this often too, is that you can, when you earn a trip, you can extend. And so what we did when we went to Dublin was we spent, I think, 5 days in Dublin with Pampered Chef. And then we added another 5 days, and my best friend and her husband met us in Dublin, and we rented a car, and we had no reservations. We just
Oh,
went
wow.
from bed and breakfast, we just like, we're gonna go till we go. And this right here, and seeing the sheep, on the countryside, and then stopping at these little bars with the Irish music in that, and looking out the window and seeing this. I mean, it gives me goosebumps still. It was really, and watching people, I mean, this woman especially, she was dancing and playing the fiddle at the same time. I'm like, how do you do that? But they're joyful people, and that was fun. And of course, and this is, I am not much of a drinker, but look, I have two of my favorite things here: the Temple Bar, and then the Jameson. And then I didn't even put the Guinness. We went to the Guinness. Pampered Chef actually had a function at the Guinness distillery or brewery, but it really is a wonderful trip. And again, if it is on your radar, then I really encourage you to go for that. But I just, this is an opportunity. I'll stop sharing right now. This is an opportunity for us to really take advantage of what Pampered Chef has to offer. And I think it's important to talk about this right now because I really want you to feel the possibility. I really want you to know. I mean, Lynn has earned her trip for the first time, and Dawn, we're going to talk about trips we've earned a little bit because there's a long list of them. But this is the opportunity that's really right in front of us, and it's not in the form of bonuses, of recognition or income, but it's in memories. And I just already talked about some of the memories, and everybody has shared a little bit of the memories from when they've been able to visit these places. But Nashville, Cabo San Lucas, and Dublin, they're all wonderful destinations, and and quite frankly, sometimes the first trip isn't as exciting as the last trip, but for me, it is. And but it is, of course, it's what you want, but they're not just destinations; they're proof of what happens when you decide to go all in. And so I like using, and maybe I will do this because I want to show my little Spark acronym because I'm just all about the Spark, and I want you to see my Spark here. And so let's go back here because again, right now we're earning double recruiting points for the trip. And so, but it's really important for you to set your vision and because nothing meaningful is going to happen until you decide. It's that decision that you want it. And so I would encourage you to pick whatever trip it is that you want to set your sights on because any of them are going to be good. I mean, I would say if you want to go to Dublin, shoot for the stars. You might end up in the moon, and that might be Nashville, and that's okay. It's going to be great. But think about who you're going to take with you. And I have to tell you, this is not a proud moment, but over the years, Dawn has seen me take different people on trips and different husbands.
And you've not seen me take anybody different.
I know,
My husband would
and I'm
throw
really
a hissy.
I'm really jealous about that. I would much rather be in your position, but you really can take the person you love most in the world with you, and unless they don't deserve it, then you don't take them. But but really, and so think about what you want to feel when you say you've earned that trip, and what story do you want to tell yourself a year from now? What do you want to be thinking? You want to be planning that trip. But their trips are really earned twice when you think about it. They're earned in your mind and in the planning of it. And then they're earned in your actions and the decision you make and the path to take to earn them. And if you can see it clearly, and this is really important, that's why I wanted to talk about all the little different things. And I hope that it whetted your appetite a little bit. But if you can see it clearly, you're going to chase it consistently. All right. So it's really important to set your vision. Then you want to prioritize the prize. because we all have the same 24 hours in a day, and and you have to decide how you're going to protect that time, and that's what separates the earners from from those not earning it. Top earners protect their booking time, they protect their follow-up time, their recruiting conversations, and their belief. The prize isn't just Nashville, Cabo, or Dublin. The prize is becoming the person who deserves to be there and what it does for your business. When your calendar reflects your goals, momentum follows. So prioritize that you want to earn that and make it, and then take the steps for it. The A in Spark talks about taking action and taking uh, determined action, because motivation is great, right? We know that, but action is better. So you want to host consistently, you want to book boldly, you want to offer the opportunity confidently, and you want to follow up relentlessly. And I just posted a little bit earlier, again, what we talked about last week in terms of how important the follow up is. You don't earn the trips in one leap, right, Dawn? You'll earn them all. You earn them a little bit as the year goes by. Now, I think you earned the trip in October, didn't you?
I earned it early because I was really working for Alaska,
Oh, okay.
kind of, sort of.
Okay.
I was, but I gave myself an out, which is not always a good idea.
Yeah. But congratulations, because you did earn it. So um you're in Bermuda,
Yes.
which is a trip I've always wanted to go. That was actually my choice of trip this year. So
And I was excited about Bermuda because we've never been there.
mhm.
I was excited about both.
Paper Chip has never offered that. Yeah.
Hmm.
But you earn them in the ordinary. I'm glad I talk about the mundane a lot, especially when I'm going over the wonderful 5-day hard challenge every Monday. We talk about that is just, you need to do that every week, and it's ordinary and it might be unglamorous, but you need to do it every day, and you choose to do it every day. And so that is what is important about making sure you're taking the action. And then you want to ride through resistance. Every person who earns a trip meets resistance. Do you believe that? Not enough time, fear of rejection, doubt, comparison, fatigue. And we've talked a little bit about this. And right now, I mean, it just seems like things are always changing. It seems like, well, and Facebook is always getting, I'm sorry, Table is always getting better. And I liked what Miriam said today about um, Table is going to be the worst today that it's ever going to be. They're always making it better. And, but you're always pivoting. You're always trying to, and that can be a little bit frustrating. And that can be a part of resistance about, going through that change, because change is always hard. So it's that doubt, the doubt that, can you do it? Comparing, we try really hard not to compare. We only want to compare ourselves to our past work. And then fatigue, because sometimes we get a little bit tired. But the difference between those who earn a trip meeting resistance, they rise up anyway. They do it anyway. They don't wait to feel ready. They don't quit when it gets uncomfortable, and they grow through it. So your future self is counting on you not to shrink, right? Don't step back, walk boldly into this decision. Excuse me, believing what you can do. So that is the R in Spark. And then K is keep the fire lit. And that is why it's so important for you to attend meetings like this and attend. We had a great book club discussion today, a great tech time. There's always places for you to get one idea that can change your whole life and get you excited, to get you to try something new. Momentum is built when you stay connected to our team, to your leaders, and to your vision especially. And we're going to help you keep your vision alive. And we're going to try to help you celebrate wins, but it's really important that you learn to celebrate your own wins, okay? It may be getting up tomorrow and saying, I'm going to spend 15 minutes organizing my day, making sure that I'm doing the 5-day hard challenge, or doing, a power hour if you have time, and seeing the results of that. And it's that consistently, that's that consistency that's really important because you can celebrate the wins. You can feel better about yourself. And I think that sometimes people get discouraged with their business because they feel guilty because they're not doing what they feel they need to be doing. And I think you need to set yourself up to do what you need to do. And then share your struggles. Your upline is always there to um, share your struggles with, and then refuel your belief. You got to keep doing that constantly. If the fire doesn't stay lit by accident, you have to tend it on purpose. You have to make sure you keep it going. So, Nashville, Cabo, or Dublin, somewhere out there is your seat with your name on it. And the only question is, will you spark your way into it? Because you have what it takes. You really have what it takes. And are you ready? Are you ready to do what it takes? And that level is waiting on your next decision to go and earn some memories. And so I just really, now I'd like to really just go in here and then, oops, I got to share again. Shouldn't stop sharing. And so set your vision, prioritize your prize, take aligned action, and then rise through resistance and keep the fire burning. I'm going to go past these other screens here. And this is where, these are all the trips that have been offered by Pampered Chef. And I put in blue what I have earned. And some of them I took a buyout on. I didn't highlight that. But John, what was the first trip you earned with Pampered Chef?
Hold on, let me think. Disney.
The
Disney.
The 1996 one?
No, I didn't start till 98.
Okay, so you earned
Yeah, it was Disney
2000.
Munich. Yeah.
Yep, okay. All right. So, and it's funny because I think about when I first started is when they were going to Williamsburg, and boy, I wish they would offer that again. I would love to go to Williamsburg, but
Well,
I should just go.
Williamsburg anytime.
Huh? That's what I was just thinking.
Maybe that would be a fun little retreat.
Yeah, that would be a fun little retreat.
I live in Williamsburg.
I'm sorry?
I live in Williamsburg.
You do. And it's really nice too. I love Williamsburg. I love Williamsburg, Michigan. But Williamsburg, is it Virginia? That is Virginia, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's a very quaint thing. You know what? I have been there, but not. Isn't Georgetown in Williamsburg? In Williamsburg?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I've been there, but not just not really for a lot. But anyway, I just want you to see some of the places we've been, and it again, all of these memories, and I think about what we've done, and so I just really hope that you will think about the person you love the most in the world. John, what is your favorite? Can you pick a favorite?
Rome was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of our top trips, but that one was a little scary because it was after 9/11.
Just after, yeah.
Yeah. And Pampered Chef was terrified to take us out of the country.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My parents were furious at us leaving the country, but I'm like, I'm not giving up that.
Right.
So that was amazing. All the Hawaii trips, we've been on 3 Hawaii trips. I think probably the top one, we took our kids to Maui. We just decided we were going to make that investment that year, and it was an investment to buy them in. But that is something we will never forget as long as we live. It was, and we did anything we wanted. Hawaii's expensive because it's not all inclusive, but I said this is one time that we are doing whatever we want. If we want to go to a really expensive restaurant, whatever we want to do, and our boys were the perfect age.
How old were they?
Okay.
I knew you were going to ask me that. I think they were.
That was.
What year was it?
That was at Maui.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think when the
I
next one was.
I saw it on your list.
2011.
2011, and that's
Does
now
that sound right?
26.
14
So
years
that was
ago?
14 years ago.
Yeah.
That's what I thought they were 10 and 16,
Okay. Yeah, Maui.
10 and 15.
Okay.
Yeah, but they were the perfect age. They
Mhm.
could do everything. And they'll never forget it.
I look at these trips and I can think of something special about each one of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, and I would have been able to take my little sister, my older sister who is now deceased, a couple different husbands and a couple different boyfriends. Um, and uh, and but they've all.
Which was your favorite?
Which one was my favorite? It is really a toss. It's a toss up between. I have to say three. Number one, the Med cruise because I love Greece and I love that. I love that. It was really an Aegean cruise and not a Med cruise. And Australia and Alaska.
Mm.
So I love Alaska, and I've been to Alaska 4 times.
You've been to Australia?
Yeah, Pepper Chef sent us to Australia. Well, that year,
wow.
that was the year I moved to Traverse City. That was 2000, and I earned Montreal, Disney World for Disney World, Munich, and Mediterranean cruise all that year. And the funny thing about it was I moved to Traverse City, which was a dream come true, and I really didn't want to go anywhere because I just wanted to be in Traverse City. But again, I just wanted to spend some time, and I hope you all were, you're not bored by learning about trips, but I really want you to feel the possibility and, being able to travel with people you love. I mean, being on trips with Dawn, and I'm excited to be on a trip with Lynn and hear Goofy Lance and
I'm worried about him.
He's going to have a blast.
it's gonna be
He'll probably
so.
have way too much fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he will.
yeah,
He will.
yeah.
It is, and guys, I will tell you, once you earn a trip, it will set you for life
Mhm.
because you will never, ever, ever want to miss another trip. It's just, we love to travel, but I mean, we can't afford to travel the places we want to be. And I just think without Pampered Chef, our life would have been so different
Mhm.
without that ability to travel and somebody pick up the bill.
Yeah. I think about when you were talking about, taking spending the money to do some of the things that, really just doing the best experience you could for your kids. I know, Dave and I, when I was married to Dave, it was like, we're doing the things in Hawaii and Alaska that if the money we would be spending for this trip, we're going to do it in excursions. We're going to do the whale watching. We're going to do, landing on an iceberg on a float plane. We're going to do those kind of things. And again, we would never have been able to afford to have done that. But I want to tell you about my first experience when Pampered Chef offered the first Hawaii trip. I was looking at the year on that. The first Hawaii, what was Maui? It was 1993. And I started Pampered Chef in 1992. And I went to conference. Okay, started in April. I went to conference in July. And I was working a full-time job. And I was a bit defensive because I had been with another direct selling company before. And I'd recruited like 12 people in 6 months. And they're like putting pressure on me to quit my full-time job. Well, I just wasn't going to do it. Well, I ended up quitting that company. And then I started doing Pampered Chef because I'd met somebody at that company who said, you love Pampered Chef and blah, blah. So I ended up signing up with Pampered Chef. And I went to the conference and they announced this Hawaii trip. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's how they get you. They're going to get me to quit my full-time job so I could earn this trip to Hawaii, blah, 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 So I went home and I said to my husband then, I said, if I do, and, the data processor, and we went to, crunch the numbers. And I'm like, if I either raise my average or do one more party a month, because I was doing 6 to 8 parties a month at that time, working full time, I could earn a free trip to Hawaii. And Dave said, well, I'll stamp your catalogs for you. So, so what I didn't realize was that I was earning top performance cluster. That was what I earned my ruby ring.
Mm-hmm.
I became a director, and I was all excited to meet Doris. And I'm trying to remember. Um, I was all bummed because I was looking forward to meeting Doris when I got my ruby ring going across the stage. But what happened was, is I was meeting Doris in Hawaii and Jay, because they had a welcome. They welcomed us as we came in, and it was like 4 o'clock in the morning, Michigan time, and
Mm.
I was like, like you look like HE 226 after traveling for that length of time, and now I'm meeting Doris and Jay when I look like this. That wasn't how I wanted to meet Doris. So I think back to those times and how precious that was, to have all of that happen, only because I decided to go for a trip and that I didn't think it initially that I could earn, because I wasn't going to quit my full-time job. And little did I know that, 2 years later, I was quitting my full-time job. So anyway, that's a little bit about my story. And, you know, uh, yeah, again, like Dawn says, once you earn a trip, and if you don't earn it, like the past couple of years, I haven't earned it. And it's just really, really hard to watch Facebook and watch all your friends there and thinking, oh my gosh, I wish I was there. So anyway, I really encourage you all to go for it. And, but whatever your goal is. Hi, Maureen. Maureen could be talking about some trips too.
She snuck right on in here.
She did.
I've been on about a half hour.
You have? Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have an apron like that. Somebody really nice sent that to me.
Uh-huh. I
It's
did a
good.
show at one of my senior centers today.
Oh, you did? Awesome.
Yeah.
So, okay, so we'll give you a couple seconds here. Tell us what's your favorite. I think I know, but what's your favorite trip?
Mm. You know, sometimes you could extend and stay an extra day or two if you wanted to. And I never could get Steve to do it. He just didn't have confidence to let Pampered Chef go home and us stay. But we did do that in Vienna, Austria,
Mhm.
with another couple, with April McComber. You probably remember her.
Yeah. Mhm.
So that was it was just so cool to stay at a little family owned hotel that was probably, 150 years old, spiral staircase that you had to get up to your room, and they shared the bathrooms and that whole thing. But um, like Dawn said, we took our kids, all 5 kids, to Hawaii, and we rented 2 Mustang convertibles and gave them one, and we had one for the week. So that was pretty memorable. And in Rome.
Mhm.
So yeah, and Alaska too. That was super.
It's
You
hard to
know,
stop. You can
it
start.
it yeah, those were the 4 that,
Mhm.
really stand out, because like you, I've earned a trip every year except the last 2 years, since I've decided to slow down a little bit, and my health is kind of determining that. But yeah, it once you go, you always want to keep going.
I mean, I remember when we earned the first Alaskan cruise, and we were out whale watching
Yes,
and seeing that whale breach. That's such a
yes,
special moment, and we both took the same picture at the same time, which was hilarious. Um,
amazing. Yeah.
yeah. So anyway, I mean, it's all about the developing the relationships too. So,
I just
so
put my nose down, Karen, and just did as much as I could, as fast as I could,
yeah, yeah,
to get
yeah.
those trips. Just pushed hard.
Yeah, that's why I really want to take advantage of this January, so that you can get the double points. I mean, even as a
Yeah.
team leader, when you're paid as a team leader every month, you get 500 extra points.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's, Paper Chef is doing everything they can to help us. It's just like they always do. They're always giving us the tools. So with that, any comments, any questions? Because we have a whole new format of Pampered Chef Live to go to at 8 o'clock. Anybody excited about that? I'm really curious to see. I really enjoyed the intro one, but I don't think we're going to have the guest speaker like we did before. I think it's going to be sandy, which is great. So, any comments,
Well,
questions?
we
Well,
go
when I
to the
was looking
website.
today, it looks like Dee Dee Smallwood is doing next week.
Oh, interesting.
When I went in to share the link from my website, it showed tonight, and then I was a little confused at how to share that. So I hope I shared it right. But it looked like Dee Dee Smallwood is doing it next week.
Mhm. The Peruvian
Picture of
chicken.
her anyway, and it made it look like it was already there. It was already pre-recorded.
They are pre-recording it, and how people are going to earn prizes is by registering, filling out the
Okay.
You
form.
don't register.
Well, I mean, I mean, filling out the survey form at the end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So we go to our website, go to live events, and click on that.
yeah,
Mhm.
Okay, I'll try it.
yeah. Or you can go to the YouTube channel for Pampered Chef. So, I know that a lot of times when we do meetings, Zoom meetings, Dawn, it's through Dee Dee's her Zoom link too. So I noticed that. But so I don't know if that's going to be this, YouTube isn't her name. But anyway, we will figure
For
it
the
out.
whole company?
I know it seems kind of odd, doesn't it? But again, we'll see. We'll see.
That makes no sense
know, I know.
whatsoever.
Yeah, all of a sudden she got real important, huh?
Say, wow. So all our customers are going to Dee Dee since it's her YouTube.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So, okay, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed hearing a little bit of Pampered Chef history and why we love earning the trips. And I hope that inspires you to make them one of them a priority for you too.
Yes.
So
can do it, guys.
yes, absolutely. All right, looking forward to hearing what you think about tonight's they're calling it Pampered Chef Live now. I've got to remember it's not Home Kitchen Live.
Yeah.
So, okay.
All right. See ya.
Love you. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.